All right. Catch this alert.
I saw
Okay,
that go live.
the alert just came through. All right, shalom, shalom. The alert just
Shalom.
came through. All right, we want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah Hakudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the I can teach about the Mayan Wild Moth. That's in sincerity and truth. So GMS Dallas, and I got the brother Tazamah here with me. I'm Yatazak, and the brother he put together a lesson that was on his spirit going into the kingdom of heaven. You know what I'm saying? We of course we are the prophets. We believe that we the prophets of the heavenly Father. The scriptures talk about Jacob's trouble and all these things that we need to be ready for. You know, all these things that was said we had to work before we can play. You know, we got to
Hmm.
get come out of the world, get into these scriptures, repent, the whole 9 yards. You know what I'm saying? To be meet for repentance. You know, but at the end of the day, this is what we fighting for. You see, the ridicule and the lies and the persecution that we all deal with and that we all face, it's worth it at the end of
Right.
the day. You
Right.
know, so and also I want to mention that this is the book of Isaiah. It's in the Old Testament, but it's a future
Hmm.
prophecy. A lot of people are under the impression that just because it's in the Old Testament, it's already happened. You still got
Right.
stuff in Genesis that haven't happened yet. You know what I'm saying? And Isaiah, it's this is a future prophecy. So I just want to open up, get down, brother, get down.
Khan. Yeah, you're just laying back and off the elder and Shalom, Akim, and Akwath, on the common board, listening and watching Yahweh Shema Shai Bashem Hakudash Barakathum to you all. And it's just something on my spirit that I want to go into because, as we have to go through, like the elder mentioned, we got to go through Jacob's trouble. And we have to go through we got to go through the hardships. All right, there's going to be a great reward for us on the other end, and we're going to experience great riches in the kingdom. Okay, riches. Now we ain't talking about no damn. We ain't talking about no damn dollar bill with some damn Abraham Lincoln and Andrew Jackson, George Washington on the bills, and and we gonna be in the kingdom of heaven like the elder Yahshua mentions. And that kingdom of heaven ain't gonna be no Luke video, and we're gonna be throwing dollar bills like Floyd Money Mayweather. Okay, no, the kingdom of heaven is gonna the riches that we're gonna experience is the riches of in righteousness. Having actual gold, and having silver. All right, what symbolizes your possessions and symbolizes your inheritance is your children. You know, having cattle, having land, having resources, having human resources. What is a human resource? A slave. All these things are going to be attributed to the kingdom of heaven. And all Israel is going to have this, but it's going to be a hierarchy. It's going to be an order, and we're hoping to be of the first fruits of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai and of that elect order underneath Yahweh Shai when he returns. So actually, before I open up with anything, before I actually open up with the scripture I had in mind, I actually have one that popped up in my mind as I was speaking. I'm gonna get I'm gonna read 1 Corinthians chapter 15 real quick, and I'm gonna start at verse. Uh, Here you go. I'm gonna start at verse. I'm gonna start at verse 20, but the point is in verse 23. All right.
Okay.
It says, but now is Mashiach risen from the dead and become the first fruits of them that slept. See, because Yahweh Shai was the first fruit. Yahweh Shai is the first fruit of the elect. All right, Yahweh Shai is the elect of the elect. You know what I'm saying? He's the first one to go through it. You know, that's why it says that he is the. It says that he is the first fruits of them that slept. All right. Verse 21. For since by man came death, by man came also the resurrection of the dead. Going into how Adam, all right, Adam and Yahushua, they're the same one. All right, they are the as Adam was the only begotten of the heavenly Father. Yahushua is the only begotten of the heavenly Father because they are the same one. Okay, it says for since by man came death, talking about Adam when the transgression, by man came also the resurrection of the dead, talking about Yahushua. All right. For as in Adam all die, even so in Hamashiach shall all be made alive. And this is talking about all Israel. Ain't talking about everybody. Verse 23. Here's the point. But every man in his own order. Okay? So every man is going to be risen up in his own order of how Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua had it established from the foundation of the world. Okay? You're gonna have the you're gonna have Yahushua, you're gonna have King David, the 144,000. It's gonna be every man in his own order. So there's gonna be rank and order in the kingdom of heaven. Okay, you're not gonna have a 2/3 that's gonna be brought back on the other side, which they're gonna be fine. All right, they're gonna have mass amounts of riches on the other end as well, but it's not gonna be on the same level as one of the 144,000 or the 1/3. Okay, it says, but every man in his own order. Hamashiach, the first fruits. Afterward, they that are Hamashiachs at his coming. You see, that's talking about his chosen, his men. So every man is going to be risen up in their own order whenever Yahweh Shai returns, and every man is going to receive that penny. You see, but like it makes me think of the parable that Yahweh Shai said. I forgot what chapter it's in, but he said, "Be thou a ruler over 5 cities, and be thou a ruler over 10." You know what I'm talking about, Elder?
I find it.
It says like, "Be thou you was a faithful servant. Be thou be a ruler over 10 cities." You know, and he was going into the let's see, Luke. Yep, there it is. 19. Luke 19. Yep,
I got you, brother.
Okay, you can start at verse Luke 19. You can probably start a little bit. You can probably start at verse
16. I started at 15.
Okay, con. Yep.
This is Luke 19 and 15. It says, and it came to pass that when he was returned, having received the kingdom, then he commanded these servants to be called unto him, to whom he had given the money, that he might know how much every man had gained by trading.
And that money is going into this wisdom and this knowledge to understand this truth. That is likened unto money. When you read Romans 11 and 33, it tells you, oh, the depth of the great riches of the wisdom and knowledge of the Heavenly Father. This wisdom is likened unto a hidden treasure, like a pearl. You see, and it says that he might know how much every man had gained by trading. And what does the trading represent? The trading is that business, going out to the highways and byways and professing this truth and bringing forth fruits meet for repentance. You going out there on the highways and byways and trading. Okay, it's an action that with this truth. This is a business. You don't just keep your title and hit it in the napkin. You got to go out there and flip the money that the Lord gave you. He wants us to flip it. You know,
right?
You got it.
All right. This is verse 16. It says, then came the first saying, Lord, thy pound hath gained 10 pounds.
Right. So the pound that the Lord gave you, or the measure that the Lord has given you, whatever measure that it is, you were able to go out and flip that measure and bring back 10 pounds. You see, you were able to go out there and the money that he gave you flipped it to 10 pounds, which goes into how you're on the highways and byways doing the videos, okay, being a brother, living your life accordingly. What happens, man? You flip that talent the Lord gave you and brought back more. Go ahead.
Verse 17, it says, and he said unto him, well, thou good servant, because thou hast been faithful in very little, have thou authority over 10 cities.
Mm-hmm.
And the second came, saying, Lord, thy pound gained 5 pounds. And he said likewise to him, be thou also over 5 cities.
And this proves, I'm sorry, you got it. Go ahead.
Okay. Verse 20, it says, and another came, saying, Lord, behold, here is thy pound, which I have kept laid up in a napkin.
You see that? And it says like a napkin. He's like, look, the pound that you gave me, you know, I didn't go out and do anything with it. I just kept it. I didn't go out there and flip it. I didn't do this work. You know what I'm saying? I know the truth, but I didn't go out there and flip it. I wanted to keep it for myself with this money that you had gave me. And this proves also that there's going to be different rank and order in the kingdom. He said he gave 1 10 cities, he gave 5 cities, you know what I'm saying? Depending on every man and his measure. You see, every man risen up in their order. You got it.
God. Verse 21, it says, for I fear thee because thou art an austere man, which is that's a terrible statement. I was so afraid of you. I didn't do nothing. Here it is. Right. He left you the talent and the instruction. You were so scared of him. You didn't do nothing. That don't even make no sense. But you got people that take on that. You got people that take on that mentality, right? It says, "Thou takest up that thou layest not down, and reapest that thou did not sow." And he said unto him, "Out of thine own mouth will I judge thee, thou wicked servant. Thou knewest that I was an austere man, taking up that I laid not down, and reaping that I did not sow. Wherefore then gavest thou my money into the bank, that at my coming I might have required mine own with usury."
Right, with interest. You could have put my money in the bank. I could have accumulated more just by interest.
Yeah, not doing nothing. Yeah, not doing nothing is not an option.
Right.
It says, he said unto them that stood by, "Take from him the pound and give it to him that had 10 pounds." Right? That's what I'm saying. So basically being lukewarm will get you spewed out the Lord's mouth.
Yep.
This right here is an example. What we just read is an example of being lukewarm and being spewed out.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord will take your talent and give it to somebody else.
That's right. That's it.
You got it.
Yep. No, yeah, that's like the elder said, it's beautiful. That's it. If you don't want to go out there and use the money, so like you use the money that the Lord gave unto you, He'll take what you have and give it to somebody else. And bring and them 7 other demons will come in unto you, and you'll be worse in the state that you began in, man.
That's right.
So ultimately, the reason why I want to bring that out was because, there's gonna be rank and order in the kingdom. You see, all Israel is gonna be set. Okay, all Israel will be set in the kingdom. All right, the Lord will beautify His people once more, but with that beautification process, there will be a rank and order on how that beautification process will be established. You see, so without further ado, I'm gonna jump to Job 1, and I'm gonna start at the top and read down to verse 3 because I want to get it.
Let me pull it up.
Okay.
All right. There you go.
Kind. This is the book of Job, chapter 1. I'll start at verse 1, but the point is in verse 3 because we're gonna go into the riches. All right. What is riches according to the scriptures? What are true riches, right? When it comes to tangible things, we know the ultimate true riches is this knowledge, but the tangible riches, right? It says there was a man in the land of Uz whose name was Job, and that man was perfect and upright, and one that feared the Most High and eschewed evil. See, so Job was a man that literally walked in the paths of righteousness. All right, everything that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai wanted him to do, he did it. He was obedient, and he shunned away the evil. He didn't go down that evil path. He did everything in his mind and in his power to please the Lord with every action that he did, and he was a priest. All right, and Job wasn't no Edomite, by the way. Verse 2 says, "And there was born unto him 7 sons and 3 daughters." All right, which having 7 sons and 3 daughters is an inheritance. See, that indicates that you could be well off. It says his substance. Now, when you get that word substance, it goes into possessions. Can you grab that word substance?
Of course. All right. I ain't gonna let him say it. All right, we got Makwana.
Yep.
All right, Makwana, livestock, cattle, livestock, in general of a purchasable domestic animal, cow, sheep, goats, and herds and flocks.
Right. So that's what substance truly is. You see, when you have cattle, when you have livestock, when you have land, sheep, that's riches, man. Because what can you use with your cattle? What can you use with your livestock? You can sell it, you can trade, you can use the sheep coat as a form of selling that for currency. That's why it's so important. That's why it's so important whenever you have a cattle, right? A sheep or a cow. That's why Yahweh Shah said, look, he told the wicked scribes and Pharisees, like, man, look, on the Sabbath day, if you see your cow in a ditch, are you not gonna go get that? Why did he say that?
Yep.
That's your money. That's your livelihood, man. Of course you're gonna get your oxen out of the ditch on the Sabbath, man.
I'll say that would be I'll say not getting your ox out of the ditch on the Sabbath would be equivalent to taking your like how the Sabbath comes in is every week. how we always say, if you miss a day, if you miss one day out of every week, then you're gonna lose your livelihood. You're gonna be fired. So leaving your ox in a ditch will be equivalent to trying to say, I'm gonna take the Sabbath. Like now, the Sabbath is what, Wednesday night to Thursday night? So that means Thursday, every Thursday this month, you're gonna be off.
Yeah.
You're gonna get fired. Now unless you got PTO and all these different things, right? But that's what I'm saying. You have to be in a position to where you can do these things. And if you're not, you're not. You see?
Yep.
But does that but are you gonna be punished for that? No, that's why the Lord made that example. He like, look, it's about the spirit of the law. You got the laws and the statutes and commandments as a guideline, but then you have the spirit of the situation coupled with it. You see? And that's what I'm saying. And being able to combine the law with the spirit of the law is what made Yahushua perfect. And that's the perfection that he's putting on us. You see, that's the perfection that he's demanding from us. Look, I know the law, statutes, and commandments, they perfect, but we in this flesh. We can't keep them. You see? But knowing that, you know that you got to do what you can. You see?
Yep.
Period, point blank. You got it.
You apply the spiritual applications of the you apply the spirit to the moral or to the rigorous point of the law. You apply the spirit to it, man. That's what Yahushua taught us. Use the spirit in your discernment. You know what I mean? GMS feed the flock. Shalom, Yakim, and Aquath on the common board. By the way, Genesis 13. Hey, we gonna grab that. You know what I'm saying? That's the spirit. And like Khayal said, when you have substance, you have land too. Exactly. That's what true substance is. True substance isn't going to the strip club and blowing 100 racks as they say. You know what I'm saying, in the strip club, and I got money. That ain't money. That's nothing but debt notes. That's not true money. That's paper.
That's why I say, bro, if you got $1 million in cash, that means you owed $1 million.
Right.
You don't have that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they reserve notes. You know what I'm saying? A $20 bill. If you got a $20 bill, it's supposed to be backed by $20 worth of gold, $20 worth of silver.
Exactly.
Right? If that's so I would give you $20 worth of gold, and you would give me that note. Right. You know what I'm saying? To say that, okay, this is what you're gonna hold for this. Right? If I just give you a piece of paper and there's no gold or no silver involved, then it's just a piece of paper.
That's all it is.
You see what I'm saying? So if you have $1 million in paper money, somebody owes you $1 million because they have it. They have the gold or the silver that's worth the $1 million that you claim and you got. That's why you have That's why you have these companies that's why you can give a basketball player $250 million to play for the next 5 years, because you're giving him paper. He can't. And you got all these players that want to own teams and do all. You don't have the money to do that. You have to have substance to own a team. You can't own a team with paper.
Right.
You got it, bro.
You got 250 million notes. Federal Reserve notes. That's not what we didn't have. We didn't have Federal Reserve notes in the ancient world, man.
Right.
All right. Our forefathers owned land, owned cattle. I'm talking about. Let's continue. Actually, verse 3.
Right.
It says his substance, right, his possessions, right, was. It says also was 7,000 sheep. Now when we read this, picture this in your mind. What do you need to have in order to have 7,000 sheep?
Land.
You need to have land. All right, you ain't gonna have 7,000 sheep, and you're not gonna have 7,000 sheep in 1 acre. Okay.
Yeah, I ain't never seen no farm built up. It's built out.
Spread out.
Yeah, you don't build farms straight up.
Yeah, you know what I mean? No, like, you know what I'm saying? Oh man, man, my house sits on 3,000 to 4,000 square feet. Yeah, good for you. That ain't shit. Not compared to what we gonna have in the kingdom. We gonna own this. We gonna have these elites. They own estates. They own. Right. They own land. What do you think Bill Gates did? I mean, Bill Gates is wicked. It's an Edomite. What did he do? What did he just purchase? This man is the largest owner of I want to say
Farmland.
farmland in the United States, man. I'm talking about over 250,000 acres, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was something like that. And then
Something
somebody else,
like that.
whatever he didn't buy, was another rich Edomite that bought the rest of it.
You know what I'm saying? Because they understand and know what that's what land. When you build a home, what's more valuable, the home or the land? It's the land. The land is more valuable. So in order to have 7,000 sheep, Job had to have had a vast amount of land that was his. He just didn't have 7,000 sheep and somebody, he just had just roaming randomly all snap. You know what I'm saying? He didn't know
Yeah,
what was going on.
he got his 7,000 sheep spread out amongst random farms because he don't got that land himself. No,
Yeah, like no, he owned, that was his allotment of land, man.
that's right.
Right? So it says his substance also was 7,000 sheep. Now, mind you, I'm gonna say this too. When you have sheep and you have 3,000 camels, 500 yoke of oxen, 500 she asses, which are she asses are female donkeys, and a very great household, so that the man was the greatest of all the men of the East. So he was considered the richest man in his area in that time. Now, mind you, you're not just gonna have the sheep, the oxen. You're not gonna have the camels, yoke of oxen, she asses, and the sheep. All this, he had it to where particular animals have to be. He had it sectioned off.
Right.
You know how much land you have to have 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camels, 500 oxen, 500 she asses, and a very great household. Can you get that word very great? Can you get that word great household in the Hebrew and see what it says?
Con.
Just curious.
All right. Very great household.
Yeah, because it said and. So it's adding and he had a very great household.
I was saying, and then the thing about it, those animals all ain't just sitting there. They roaming around and you know what I'm saying? So
absolutely.
All right, very great. Okay, they got the word spread out.
Yep, you can get that word very, which that word is ma'al. Ma'al. Excuse me, ma'ad. Excuse me, ma'ad. Exceedingly much, abundance, much, exceedingly, abundant. So you just get all right. So we that word very is abundant, so it means a lot, right? And then we'll get that word great, which is it should be Rob. Yep.
Right.
Rob, much, many, abounding, more numerous than, abundant. So we have a abundant, more numerous than, right? Greater than. So it's giving a comparison to something else. Household. That word is I bought. Excuse me, I can't really see.
Ibadah.
Salakia. Service. Household servant. So he had what? Servants working for him.
That's
so
it.
He had a very abundant amount of servants. Because you think Job is going to take care of 7,000 sheep and 3,000 camels, 500 yoke of oxen, and 300 donkeys by himself?
Hell no.
He had servants. Job was an extremely wealthy man because he had cattle, land, gold, silver, and human resources. What do you think that the sons of God, Israel, us, what do you think what are we gonna inherit, man? All that we're gonna exceed that.
It says the meek shall inherit the earth.
Man, brother.
The earth was created for our sakes.
I was just about to grab it. Hey, no, it's all beautiful. You gotta go ahead. Yep.
Yeah, y'all said you can pull it. Yeah, you can pull it.
Yep.
The word
real quick.
What's this? Second Ezra 6.
Yep, second Ezra 6, like 54 or something like that. Let me see real quick.
Okay, come.
Second Ezra 6, and the exact verse is
58 or something like that.
Let's see.
6.
Verse 55.
All right. This is second
Start at 54, Baba Kasha.
Second Ezra chapter 6, verse 54. It says, and after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people also thou hast chosen.
Israelites.
All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes. Right? The world. You see? I wonder what the word world is for that.
Right.
That would be in the oikoumene sense.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
The earth itself, the people on it, everything was created for the sake of the Israelites, man.
Mm-hmm.
You see? You got it.
Right. Kind.
Matter of fact, let me go ahead and finish this. It says, as for the other people, which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle, and has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. You see? So that brings home the point that you were starting out with, saying that the kingdom is only for the Israelites. It ain't gonna be nobody else. It ain't gonna be nobody else that get eternal life and new bodies and all those things. That's promised to Israel. You see? You got it.
And no, it's just like that picture, like the thumbnail I sent you. You know, how you have the cities and everything else is kind of ducked off. You know what I'm saying? Out and around. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna see it in the kingdom how it really is gonna be played out, because we're gonna own the world. The earth is gonna be ours. Now we're gonna have the heathen in different particular plots of their land and their inheritance. But what are we gonna receive? We're gonna receive the first fruits of what they have, man. We ain't gonna receive the first fruits of a tax return. You know what I'm saying? Or the income. We ain't gonna have no income tax in the kingdom where you're gonna be getting, the heathen gonna be getting some dollar bills back every year. Hey, that's not gonna happen, man. Okay, riches and currency is completely different than what the world even perceives it to be now. Even at times we gotta snap out of it. Like, man, yeah, the Lord gave us, money is a defense, the money that we have today. But the dollar is devaluing, man. You got hyperinflation on the rise now. Now here it is that if you get a raise, it's cool. You see what I'm saying? But with the dollar devaluing, it's like you have to get a raise, or you got to get a better paying job, because the price of everything is increasing, because that proves that the dollar has no value.
That's why the scriptures say, with food and raiment, be there with content. That's all that matters at the end of the day. Whatever can sustain you, whatever that can sustain you to be able to do this work, that's all that matters. Yep. That's all that matters. You know what I'm saying? You got dudes that won't have designer jeans and all that stuff still. Like, bro, that don't matter, bro. Just get you a pair of jeans that keep you warm. You know what I'm saying? Just get you clothes that keep on. I mean, I ain't saying, you know what I'm saying? Everything got to be from Walmart or Target, but I'm saying it's not important.
Wearing Bobos,
that's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's not important. You know what I'm saying? If you still worried about all name brands and all that type of stuff, then you ain't in the right spirit. That's what I'm saying. You know, now if you got that stuff, you ain't wicked. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, if you talking about Polo this, Chanel that, and all that, really, that's mixed fabric, bro. Stop. Yeah. Cut that shit out.
And cut that shit out.
I like to have nice things. Shut this shit up, man.
Right.
The kingdom is nice.
Just to add on to the elder's point, people you forget, you get a shirt that says Balenciaga on it, right? How much do you think that shirt costs to make?
Man,
based upon how much you spending on a t-shirt, a black t-shirt that says Balenciaga on it, you paying $300 for a t-shirt when it probably costs $10 to make. Yeah, I gotta have a name. I gotta have a Balenciaga.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
But the Balenciaga t-shirt that you spent $300 for got fringes and a border of blue.
Yep. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? and that's what I'm saying. That somebody doing that is not thinking kingdom.
Oh man, I'm sorry, that's funny, bro.
you're not thinking kingdom, but you see that though.
Yeah,
you see that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that it's not important compared to what we gonna get. You know what I'm saying? That's the point that I'm trying to drill home.
Right.
You know,
right.
You got it.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull this precept on the common board. GMS patiently awaiting. Proverbs 30:8. Remove far from me vanity and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with food convenient for me.
Boom. You see, and that's what it's all about. Being able to understand that precept and living your life according to it is what makes you ready for the kingdom. What's that? A discipline brings forth the kingdom.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Discipline brings forth the kingdom. So these scriptures are giving us the discipline we need to succeed. We said the recipe for success.
Man.
You know?
Yep.
The recipe for success is in the scriptures. Being virtuous and diligent and all those different things, man.
That's right.
And that's what's gonna put us in a position for Isaiah chapter 60. You got to work your way into Isaiah chapter 60. You don't just get it. Because even if you are the 2/3, the Lord said he set us to go head up with the 2/3 for his purpose to be done. So as hard as we going in the spirit on the right-hand side, even on the 2/3, they out of pocket, they are doing everything that the Lord said. They ain't doing nothing that the Lord ain't say do. They going just as hard on the left-hand side as we going on the right-hand side, and eventually we're gonna all be back together.
Yep.
You got it.
Now I'm gonna jump to Genesis chapter 13, and I'm gonna start at verse 1 because the brother GMS Feed the Flock. I want to say that's Mathathia.
Yeah, that's what
I'm
that
not
is.
mistaken. Yeah, hey, Shalom, Mark. Shalom, man. The water for posting that precept, man. You know, I had it written down, so that's the spirit. GMS chapter 13 and verse I started verse 1.
You say GMS chapter 13? That ain't in there, brother.
I said GM. I'm sorry, Genesis. Hey, the great millstone is in the Bible.
Let's go, champ.
Hey, the preparations of the heart and answer of the tongue is from the Lord, man. Hey, I pull a precept on that one. Hey, you know what I'm saying?
You got it.
So like, you catch the lingo, right? This is Genesis 13. I'll start at verse 1. It says, "And Abram went out of Egypt, he and his wife, and all that he had, and Lot with him into the south." And then that word south in Hebrew, it says, now in my precept Bible, it says Negev, which is probably not Goah, most likely. I'm just putting 2 and 2 together. It says and it came to the south, Negab. I'm curious. Yeah, we'll see what that word Negab is. Okay, it just says south country, Negeb, south country, region south of Judah. Okay, so it's just pretty much a particular plot of land on the southern border of the land of Israel, or the land of Canaan at that time, right? It says, "And Abram was very rich in cattle, in silver, and in gold." So he was very rich. Did it say he was very rich in Federal Reserve notes? He was very rich in dollars? No. Yeah, that kind. Yep, rich. I was going to ask if we could pull it. You're reading the mind. That word is karab. You said
kabod.
Kabod. Okay, kabod. Kind. To be heavy, be weighty, be grievous, be hard, be rich, be honorable, be glorious. You see, so he was very rich. You know, he was very heavy in what? Cattle, and in silver, and in gold. You see? Now, in order to have that cattle and silver and gold, what do you think Abraham was doing? Do you think he just had it and he was just letting his animals just grow old and die, and he was just letting them just do what they do? No, he was selling, he was trading. What do you think he was getting in return for them cattle that he was selling? He was getting gold in return, man.
That's right.
You think he was getting some dollars back in the day? You know, hey, let me go ahead and get 3 sheep. Oh, yeah, that's gonna be
$60. Yeah, that'll be 60 bucks.
You know, yeah, that'll be $60. No, he was okay. Give me X amount of gold, and I'll give you X amount of cattle. Okay, you need you need some coats. Okay, let me go ahead and let me shear some of my cattle and make some coats for you.
There you go.
Right, and I'm gonna go ahead and give this sheep, you know what I'm saying, this sheep hair to make it, or whatever the case may be, man.
Bro, basically, Job and Abraham, they had them all. Yeah, if you need food, you can go to them. If you need clothes, I would say, because the scriptures talk about us in the curses, us going to our enemies for the want of all things. So they have the land. Bro, when you need to find a place to live, what do? You apply for an apartment. Yep. Who owns the land? Self-proclaimed white man. Who owns the apartments? The self-proclaimed white man. You have to go to them for a place to stay.
Yep.
It's the same thing. So the roles are going to be reversed. They're going to have to apply to us for land and places
Yes,
to live and
sir.
all these different things, right? It's going to be a role reversal in the kingdom of heaven. When you read Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1 through 14, that's the kingdom of heaven.
Yep. Yep.
You see?
I got a
And
preset real. I'm sorry.
verses 15 on down to 68, it's going to be transferred to them because it's going to be lifted up off of us through the sacrifice that Yahweh Shai made. You got it.
Mm-hmm. Quick precept, real fast. Genesis 24, verse 34 and 35. And he said, I am Abraham's servant. Yahweh, it says, and Yahweh hath blessed my master greatly. This is I want to say this is Gehazi. Not Gehazi, Eleazar, Salaki. I want to say this is Eleazar whenever he sent him to go get, whenever Abraham sent Eleazar to get a wife for Isaac. It says, and Yahweh has blessed my master greatly, and he has become great. And he hath given him flocks and herds and silver and gold and men servants and maid servants and camels and asses. That's what Abraham was rich in. Resources. You see? Abraham was made wealthy in the resources at the most high. It said Yahweh had blessed my master greatly, and he is become great, and he hath given him flock. So the Most High was the one that gave him those riches.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to the concept of what are true riches. We have to get our mind out of this Western world of thinking that riches is going to be like Isaiah 4:1. Seven women shall take hold of one man. It's going to be a nasty loop. It's going to be a damn. Right. It's going to be a damn Drake music video with bitches. Women all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Bouncing and shaking their asses in the middle of Jacob's trouble because
I'll say first of all, the law, statutes, and commandments are going to be programmed within us. So we're not going to be seeing you're not going to be seeing each other's nakedness. So get that out your head. You know what I'm saying? It was one woman at a time. It ain't going to be no threesomes and all that. Stop being disgusting.
Yep.
Okay? Ain't going to be no Pornhub in the kingdom.
Right, exactly.
Stop being disgusting. Smack it up, flip it, rub it down. Oh no, stop! Or get stopped.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't gonna be no. Y'all got it twisted, thinking there's gonna be flood behavior and thermonuclear destruction behavior in the kingdom. It's not gonna be there. Damn it, man.
Time.
You cannot be disgusting with the law, statutes, and commandments programmed in you. That's a blessing. It's fucking sick ass people. If you got Absolutely. 10, if you got 10 wives, that's for all you and those 10 wives to glorify Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
Through the union that he gave y'all to forward the nation. Get out of that side piece mindset. Here it is. You done gave up your life and fought for Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai just for a freak show forever?
Right.
Well, yeah, we definitely need to read this chapter. And you see if it's bitches and hoes and switches and clothes in Isaiah chapter 60.
Right.
Make no damn sense. Salaki, bro, you got it.
No, ain't no Salaki neither. It's facts. You know, it's facts because this westernized mindset will get you into a sense of thinking that riches is going to be, you know what I'm saying, what the riches of this world claim riches to be. A music video, you know what I'm saying, Maseratis and Bentleys and a mansion full of women walking half naked down and your homeboys up there seeing, oh man, she fine, damn bro, let me get a piece of that. You know what I'm saying? That's what this westernized world teaches. So what the elder Yatazak saying is on point, man. It's not that the kingdom is not going to be nothing. It's not going to be no nasty shit, man. There ain't going to be no other man lusting after your women that you have, man. Your wives are going to be your wives, man. And it's going to be to glorify, like the elder said. It's going to be to glorify Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. Point blank, period. I'm going to get this off the common board real quick. Beautiful precept. Judah the Prince. Tobit chapter 13. We'll start at verse 15 and read to 18. It says, let my soul bless the power, the great king. For Jerusalem shall be built up with sapphires and emeralds and precious stone. Thy walls and towers and battlements with pure gold. Visualize this, man. Have it in your head and just see this. This is a precept of Revelation 21. And the streets of Jerusalem shall be paved with beryl and carbuncle and stones of Ophir. And all her streets shall say, Hallelujah or Hallelujah, which is all praise be to Yahweh.
Mm-hmm.
And they shall praise him, saying, Blessed be the Most High, which has extolled it forever. This is what we got to look forward to, man. I'm talking about precious stones, man. Just bro, it says that our towers and our walls are going to be made with pure gold, man. Jerusalem shall be built with sapphires and emeralds, the precious stones, man. This is what the Lord got coming forward.
Look how I say that our kingdom is going to be built up. Look at Esau, steel and concrete.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
Steel and concrete. Here it is talking about precious stones and land and substance and all this. All this is with this dude is steel, concrete, rape, robbery, murder, man.
A concrete building. Get your ass out of here, man.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Our kingdom gonna be so far out, man. It's gonna be on a whole. It's gonna even like the scripture says, I have not seen nor ear have heard what Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua has stored for them who trust in him, man. We can't even really fathom what the kingdom has set for us, man. Because it's gonna be it's on such a different, it's gonna be on such a whole different level. The next precept I have is here is Psalm 112. I'm gonna start at verse 1. The point is in verse 3. Verse 2 and 3. It says, Praise ye Yahweh. And that's what? Hallelujah. Literally, that's when you break it down in Hebrew, is hallelujah. That's where they get the word hallelujah from. Right? It says, Praise ye Yahweh. Blessed is the man that feareth Yahweh, that delighteth greatly in his commandments. His seed shall be mighty upon earth.
That's what I'm saying. That's conditional love. You know what I'm saying? You got all these people want to talk about unconditional love. Really what unconditional love means, it means that your love don't have any conditions. Somebody can do whatever they want to you and you're going to love them anyway. Christianity teaches unconditional love. The Lord says, if you do what I say, I got you. If you don't, I'm going to kick your ass.
Yep.
Two completely different concepts, two completely different mentalities that we're dealing with here. God, you got it.
Con, this is let's see, this is the end is near the end, my friend. I want to say Elder Kazak, Shalom.
Con, Shalom, bro.
Isaiah 54:11. It says, and GMS Feed the Flock followed up with the next verse, which is the Spirit. It says, O thou afflicted, tossed with tempest and not comforted, behold, I will lay thy stones with fair colors and lay thy foundations with sapphires. Right? Verse 12, and I will make thy windows of agates and thy gates of carbuncles and all thy borders of pleasant stones. Man, just imagine that, man.
Bro, and think about that, bro. All those different stones and all those different materials have vibrations. And they do stuff. Bro, agate windows? Are you kidding me?
Hey, we laughing because it's funny. We laughing like it's funny because like the elder said, like, bro, we're gonna have agate windows. Like, just think about that. We have glass windows. You have glass. You drink water out of drink water out of water bottles today. Plastic cups. You ain't gonna be no goddamn plastic cups in the kingdom. You're gonna have a gold, an opal stone cup specifically made for Tazama that nobody else can use. It's gonna be your cup.
Bro, the thumbnail.
You know what I'm saying? You're
I
gonna
know I
have
ain't
your
doing
own.
no justice.
What you're gonna have in the kingdom is gonna be yours. That right. House that you live in ain't yours. That apartment you live in ain't yours. That car you driving, most likely, if it ain't paid off, ain't yours. And even if it is paid off, it's still a car. It could break down. Chariot ain't gonna break down. Okay? You're not gonna have no mold in your home in the kingdom. That ain't gonna happen.
Right.
Like, hey, in his likeness, Yasha Allah, hey, the water. We gonna get Isaiah 60, brother. Don't worry. We going there. You know? But jumping back to Psalm 112, it says, verse 2, his seed shall be mighty upon earth. Our children, right? The generation of the upright shall be blessed. Right?
It said the generation The generation of the upright shall be blessed. The upright is the elect, right?
Right.
Read that again, Baba Kasha.
Psalm 112:2. His seed, them that fear the Lord, right? His seed shall be mighty upon earth. The generation of the upright shall be blessed.
That's what I'm saying. The generation of the upright, man. So the elect are gonna have children in the kingdom, right? Guess who those children gonna be? The 2/3. You see? So the upright is gonna bring back the rest, just like like Yahweh Shai. He's the upright. He brought back the rest, starting with the elect. And the elect, we had to do our part and bring back the rest, which brings back the whole nation, which is the will of the Heavenly Father.
Yep.
You got it.
Verse 3. Because it says in Isaiah 60, it says, all people shall be blessed. All my people shall be made righteous. That's what the Lord said, right? Verse 3. Wealth and riches shall be in his house. Can you get that word wealth in Psalm 112:3?
All right.
We got that word riches. I want to see what that word wealth says.
You say 112:3?
Con.
And look up what word?
Wealth.
Wealth. All right.
That word is hawan. Wealth, riches, substance, price, high value.
Oh, high value.
It's gonna be high value. Our value is gonna be what the Lord shall make a man more precious than the gold of Ophir.
Yeah,
that's what makes you a high value man. Not no damn how many women you can grab, how many women you have, and you know what I'm saying. Well, in the society, you know, you got to get you you got to get you this haircut. You got to dress like this. This what makes you a high value man. If you got a 6-figure job, no, what makes you a high value man is if you fear the Lord, man. And then even in that definition, it said enough, and it says sufficiency. You see, the Lord is going to give us what's going to be made sufficient for us in righteousness. See,
that's right.
Wealth and riches shall be in his house, and his righteousness endureth forever. See, the Lord's righteousness is going to stand forever, man. When he beautifies his people. If you want to bring that out, you got it, Elder.
Oh no. That's what. Oh yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. Was you finished?
Yep.
Okay, Brother Matthias posted Sirach 43:32. It says, "There are yet hid greater things than these be, for we have seen but a few of his works." Hold up, man. Let me go up first. Yeah, there we go. It says, "Oh, how desirable are the works, are all his works, and that a man may see even to a spark. There are yet hid greater things than these be, for we have seen but a few of his works." Man,
Woo!
You see. Yep, going into the kingdom, we're going to see all those things, man. You see? You ready to jump into the chapter?
Let me grab one more precept real quick, and then we can jump into it. If that's cool.
Hey, I'm good. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to actually get two more. I'm going to get Proverbs 10 and 22, then I'm going to get 1 Kings about Solomon, and then we can jump to Isaiah 60.
That's what's up.
Okay, this is Proverbs chapter 10, verse 22. The blessing of Yahweh, it maketh rich, and he addeth no sorrow with it. You see, because you can have, like the saying goes, it says more money, more problems, right? So you got like people like Floyd Mayweather or Jay-Z, or you know what I'm saying, these particular different individuals that be on the scene that have all this so-called money. But in this world, it comes with problems. You see, you still gotta pay taxes. You see, that money that you have isn't yours. It's not true wealth. It's not true riches. But it says what? We'll read it again. The blessing of Yahweh, it maketh rich. That's what makes you rich, is the blessing of the Lord. Because it comes straight. At the end of the day, actual money, dollars, comes from the Lord. At the end of the day, because money is a defense. It's a defense on this side, right? But the true blessing of the Lord, it maketh rich, and he addeth no sorrow with it. You're not going to have sorrow with having money in the kingdom like the sorrow that you have on this side with it, man. You see, you still in hell. You still in captivity. That woman that you got with all that money, that's really just with you with so-called dollar bills, that's you so-called a high-value male, that woman ain't yours. Because as soon as that shit go away, what happened? She gone, man. She gone, right? She gone too. See, that ain't gonna happen in the kingdom, man. You're not gonna have a poor Israelite in the kingdom. You're not gonna have an Israelite on the streets begging in the kingdom.
Right.
It's not gonna happen. Not in our society. All Israel will be blessed, man, with riches, substance. And the riches is what? Land, cattle, men, maid servants, gold, silver, land, children. That's what the Lord is going to bless us with true riches with, man. That's why the scripture says that he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity, man. Esau, when he brought through prophecy, right? When the northern and southern kingdom came over here to the Americas, when he came over here and seen the northern kingdom here, and he brought the southern kingdom over here, how do you think America got so rich? Let's be honest. Chattel slavery, man. That's what made America rich. Free labor. I mean, when you go to a job, what do you have? You have something. You have a department called human resources. These are your benefits. This is how many taxes are going to be taken out. This is what you're going to be paid with. You only get a time off when we tell you, and you have X many hours to have time off. Human resources. You are a resource to their enterprise. So what's going to happen in the kingdom?
An employee is a slave.
Yep.
Yeah, an employee is a slave.
That's literally what the word employee means.
Yeah, because the scriptures talk about continual employment.
Right.
The employment is the slave. The employee is the slave. The employment is the work that they do for free.
That's right.
You got it.
That's it. Khan, I'm gonna jump to 1 Kings 10 real quick, because when you read Isaiah 60, you gotta remember Solomon's kingdom is a prelude of how Yahushai's kingdom is going to be, because they are the same one. See? So when Solomon had that 4 years of peace, and there's a reason why he was the richest man on the planet Earth, he was the wisest man, and pretty much the nation of Israel was a well-oiled machine at this point. See? This is 1 Kings 10, and man, I want to start at the top, but I'll just go ahead and read verse 14. Man,
so you want to start at the top then and jump down?
Yeah, I'm gonna start at the top and then jump down. Yep, I'll do that. This is 1 Kings chapter 10. I'll start at verse 1. It says, "And when the queen of Sheba heard of the fame of Solomon concerning the name of Yahweh, she came to prove him with hard questions. And she came to Jerusalem with a very great train." And that word train is a retinue or a company. So
real quick point.
Yep.
You see how King Solomon had it so tight to where people just wanted to ask him questions.
God, yep.
We come in that stead, you know what I'm saying, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. That's why everybody always want to see what we got to say. Well, let me ask you this.
Bro.
Well, let me ask you this. You know what I'm saying? That's why that same glow that was on Solomon is the same glow that we possess, man. That's why everybody always want us to answer the questions. And you see, when Solomon asked her questions, she didn't have nothing for him.
She was perplexed. She was like, "Oh my God!" Like I'm talking about, she came to Jerusalem. She was like, "Oh my goodness!" Wow. When you read in Josephus, bro, I know I'm getting excited, so I can calm down. When you read in Josephus, there's instances where it tells you that the Queen of Sheba seen one of Solomon's servants, and she thought that it was him.
Yep. Bro, showing you that all Israel gonna be blessed.
There you go. She seen one of Solomon's servants and thought that was a king.
Woo!
Come on, man.
Man.
Come on, man.
Man, that's
got
heavy.
A lot. Hey, Akim and Aqua, listen.
That's heavy.
Listen, Akim and you Aqua that believe out there, man. We have a lot to look forward to, man. This is making me excited just talking about it, man. Just thinking about it, man. Like we have a
girl, my arm's standing up.
Bro. We gonna have so much in the kingdom, bro, and it's not gonna be no goddamn dollar bill with some crusty ass Edomite on it, man.
Right.
We gonna literally manage the world. We're gonna manage the universe.
That's right.
We're gonna rule. We're gonna rule, man. Like we're gonna literally know what it is to rule in righteousness, man. And that's going to bring, matter of fact, I'm going to continue. 1 Kings 10:2, it says, and she came to Jerusalem with a very great train. And that's a company. So do you think that company that the Queen of Sheba came with, she was coming just with a company of people that was just there with her? Yeah, hey, partners, let's go. No, this company that was with her was people with bearing gifts.
Yep.
What is gifts? Tribute.
Substance.
Spices. Camels. Gold. Silver. Milk. See what I'm saying? This is people that came with stuff. Things like, you know what? This is what we got to give to you. Right?
Oh, they were happy. They were happy to bring those things to Solomon. You see? Because when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. You see? Everybody profits. Yep. When righteousness is in rulership, everybody wins. You know what I'm saying? I mean, except for those that break the laws and shit. But at the end of the day, bro, part of your bro, the men from the other nations, they gonna wish to have daughters rather than sons.
Man, bro, you can't.
They're gonna be praying for daughters. They're gonna be praying for daughters to give to Israelite men so that they can be blessed. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro. Oh man,
bro. Hey, like the elder Mathathia said, the servant was more decked than she was, and this was the Queen of Sheba. The servant was more decked out than she was. Bro, think about that. She's seeing the servant like, oh my Lord, my King. He like, man, hold up. Nah, he's the one, not me. And she like, hold up, what the? You know what I'm saying? Hold on a second, huh? You ain't the king, bro. Come on, man. Bro. Check this out. Can you get before we continue? Can you go to like another tab and type in the definition of the word retinue? RETINUE.
All right.
RETINUE. I just want to see what that definition says.
All right.
RETINUE. All
right.
See what that says. A retinue. A group of advisors, assistants, or others accompanying an important person. So the Queen of Sheba just didn't come with just no random niggas.
Yeah.
She entourage,
company, escort. Yeah.
She ain't just coming with no random people like, you know what I'm saying? Nah, hey, this is my partner. No, she was coming with some high-level officials with her.
Yeah.
It makes me think about when Yahushua was born, what happened, man? You had the 3 wise men that came bearing gifts, man. This is Yahushua, baby.
The wise men.
The wise men.
They just threw that 3 up in there. It was the wise men.
Some random niggas. We want to go see. No, these are wise men bearing spices, frankincense, and gifts to give to the Yahushua as a baby.
Right.
Come on, man. This is this how you know this is Yahushua too. From the east. It was wise men from the east. Where did Queen Sheba come from? From the east. Yahushua said the queen of the east. See? It says what? And she came to Jerusalem with a very great train and with camels that bear spices and very much gold and precious stones. And when she was come to Solomon, she communed with him of all that was in her heart. So she came with substance, right? I'm gonna jump down to verse 4 and read verse 5, and I'm gonna jump down to verse 14. When the Queen of Sheba had seen all Solomon's wisdom and the house that he had built, and the meat of his table, which is going into the food that was being served, and wasn't no pork. And he wasn't serving no damn pulled pork sandwiches, man. You know what I'm saying? Like LDR Shalom, but hey, Shalom, Cap, Shalom. Frankincense was the level of gold. Hey, the elder goes into that, man. Hey, do you know the chariots, when they come, they're going to be smelling like frankincense, man? You can read about that in Songs of Solomon, man. Right? It says, in the meat of his table, right? Like I said, he wasn't pulling no pork chops out on the table. He had the finest meat. The best of the lamb. You see what I'm saying? The best of the chicken. You know, it's a joke we have down here. The chicken is second, third in command, right? All joke, just playing. The meat of the table and the sitting of his servants. And when you get that word sitting, it's the seating of his servants that he had. And the attendance of his ministers. right? The servants of his attendants. He had servants and he had attendants attending to him, right? And their apparel, what they had on their clothes, right? And his cupbearers, and his ascent by which he went up into the house of Yahweh. You see his entryway into the house. It was an accent that he went. It was beautiful, man. I'm talking about extremely glorious to behold, man. There was no more spirit in her. She damn near fainted from what she seen, man. how the Most High had literally, how Solomon had things. It was how organized things was. The attendants, the servants, what they was wearing, how they was decked out. She was like, oh my. She passed out. She was, oh my goodness, wow.
Yeah, I would say, bro. You look at today how when you look at those old highlights of Michael Jackson's old concerts where people was crying and passing out and doing all that. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of fame. That's the type of fame that the elect is gonna have, man. It ain't gonna be for singing and dancing. It's gonna be due to righteousness, man. Yep. You see, our righteousness is gonna have people amazed. You know what I'm saying? And that's the will of the Heavenly Father. They supposed to look at us. They supposed to look at us and aspire to be us, not on no jealousy type stuff, just to see the glory of the Lord and want to be a part of it. You know what I'm saying, bro? It's so much bigger than beating the nations up and getting your league back. Bro, that's just a
piece.
That's a smidgen. That's a smidgen of forever, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. That 1,000 years of making everything back right. Bro, after that,
bro,
come on, bro. You know
for
what I'm
eternity,
saying?
though.
That's what I'm saying. That's why the scriptures say the scriptures say our captivity ain't gonna be nothing but a blink. It's gonna be like we woke up from a bad dream. Mm-hmm. You got it.
Con. Jump down to verse 14 real quick. I'll read verse 14, 15, and I'm gonna jump to verse 21. It says, now the weight of gold that came to Solomon in 1 year was 603 score. All right, I want to say 603 score is what? 620, 40, 666 talents of gold. 666 talents of gold. Like, if you want to equate that to now, Solomon would be considered a trillionaire in today's society. A year, 603 score and 6 talents of gold. Beside that, he had of the merchantmen and of the traffic. What is that word traffic going to? Income of trading, right? That's what traffic is, right? Beside that, he had of the merchantmen and of the traffic of the spice merchants. Let you know that spice was equivalent to money back then, right? And of all the kings of Arabia and of the governors of the country, Solomon had it set, whereas he had traffic and trade coming through consistently. He didn't get 666 talents of gold just once. It was year by year by year. It was a routine, consistently coming in. Right? Yep. Verse 16, and King Solomon made 200 targets of beaten gold. 600 shekels of gold went to one target. Bro, and Solomon was just doing things, like he was doing things in righteousness with his with what Yahweh Bashim Shah gave him, man. Mm-hmm. You see? I'm gonna jump down to verse 21.
Bro, think about this. This. What you just broke down with King Solomon, right? Coming back as Yahweh Shai in the kingdom, right? That was just a glimpse. Bro, we joint heirs with that.
Yep. That's right.
What you just read was a glimpse of the kingdom. The 144,000, bro, the elect are going, bro, think about that. Those 12,000 men from each tribe are going to be the government under Yahweh Shai. Joint heirs to that inheritance. Bro, that wasn't even the fatness of the earth. That was just a portion.
That was just a piece of it.
Let's go, bro.
Man, bro, could you real quick in 1 Kings 10:16, could you get that word for targets in Hebrew? I want to see what that word targets mean. Because it says he made 1 Kings 10:16.
All right.
Because it said that the King Solomon made 200 targets of beaten gold. I want to see what that word targets is.
All right.
Just curious. Tazanah. Something piercing. Hook. Bar, meaning dubious coolness, coat of snow. Shield. Large shield. Buckler. So he made 200 bucklers of beaten gold. Bro, you got a shield made out of gold. 200 shields made out of gold.
Let's get the root word. All right.
Tazan.
All right. Thorn, barb. All right.
Which is probably, if you go back to the previous one, if you go to the Hebrew Chaldee lexicon, I'll probably, specify which one it is, but it's most likely the shield. Yep. You know what I'm saying? The buckler, shields. It says 600 shekels of gold went to one target. Bro.
600 shekels of gold for one thing? For one thing.
Piece. 600 shekels of gold for one. He made 200 of them. Verse 17. He made 300 shields of beaten gold. 3 pounds of gold, right? 3 pounds is what? It says 3 pounds of gold went to one shield. And the king put them in the house of the forest of Lebanon. Moreover, the king made a great throne of ivory. He had a throne of ivory. If you look up how expensive ivory is today, it's that's a very precious substance of today, man. Mm-hmm. Ivory, right? Moreover, the king made a great throne of ivory and overlaid it with the best gold. It didn't say just with gold. It said he overlaid it with the best gold, right? Now, verse 21. It says, and all King Solomon's drinking vessels were of gold, and all the vessels of the house of the forest of Lebanon were of pure gold. Just imagine you got a crib and all your vessels of gold. Plates, forks, spoons, cups. Everything is of gold. Everything. You don't got no glass plate. You eating off of gold, of the purest gold at that, right? None were of silver. It was nothing accounted of in the days of Solomon. It was accounted as nothing. Silver was accounted as nothing in the day of in the days of King Solomon. If you just seen silver laying out, was
Man.
Everything was just gold, the purest gold, bro. Not just regular, it was the purest gold, man. So just imagine what the Lord gonna give us. All right, now we gonna jump to Isaiah 60 real quick, and this will be the last thing we read here unless the elder got anything else.
You can go ahead. We can roll.
This is Isaiah 60, and I'm gonna start verse 1.
I say, bro, the kingdom of heaven, the thought of the kingdom of heaven is so heavy and so beautiful that we are an hour and 8 minutes into this lesson, and we haven't even started on the chapter.
Bro.
Call halal Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man.
Bro, call halal Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man.
Because we can talk about this, bro. We can talk about this all day.
Because the reason why is because what the scripture says that the Lord is going to give us the desire of our heart. And the scripture also says that the heart is deep. So just what you desire with the heart and your mind being so deep, and it's going to be in righteousness, bro. How far can you go?
Man,
there's no limit. It's not going to be no limit to what the Lord going to give you in righteousness, bro. And in the kingdom. Once again, eyes have not seen, nor ears have heard what Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai has for those who trust and wait for him, man. What we even what we fathom in our minds right now is not even going to compare to what the Lord is going to do for us. Keep that in your mind. Right? Isaiah 60:1. It says, arise and shine, for the light is come, and the glory of Yahweh is risen upon thee. Talking about right now. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. Talking about 2/3. But the Lord shall arise upon thee. Talking about us, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. Which is going into this, going into us preaching the kingdom in these last days. And the Gentiles shall come to thy light, and kings to the brightness of thy rising. And you can read that in Isaiah 2. right? How the Gentiles are going to come to our light, man. Let us go up into the house of the Lord so that we can teach that they can teach us their ways and their laws, man. Lift up thine eyes round about and see. And they gather themselves together, they come to thee. Thy sons shall come from far, and thy daughters shall be nursed at thy side. Then thou shalt see and flow together, and thine heart shall fear and be enlarged, because the abundance of the sea shall be converted unto thee. The forces, which that word forces goes into the wealth of the Gentiles shall come unto thee.
Mm-hmm.
So the wealth of the nations is going to flow into Jerusalem, man. See,
I'll say right now, we the borrower.
mm-hmm.
You see, the borrower is servant to the lender. The roles will be reversed in the kingdom of heaven, man. We ain't gonna have to borrow nothing. Ain't gonna be no payday loans. Ain't gonna be none of that. You know, you got it.
Verse 6, it says, the multitude of camels shall cover thee, the dromedaries of Midian and Ephah, excuse me. All they from Sheba shall come. Did we not just read about the queen of Sheba in 1 Kings? What did she bring? Spices, gold, silver, camels, dromedaries, things of that nature, right? All they from Sheba shall come. They shall bring gold and incense, because frankincense isn't something that's really produced here. That's produced in other nations. You see, it has to really be imported from other nations to bring to us. They're going to give us the best of the frankincense, man, the best of the dromedaries, the best of the camels, the best of the gold, the best of the crops. All that's going to come unto us, man. It says, all they from Sheba shall come, they shall bring gold and incense, and they shall show forth the praises of Yahweh.
Mm-hmm.
You see, they're going to proclaim the praises. They're going to be giving all praises to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua in that day, man.
And that's what I'm saying. And you give all praises. I would say you give all praises to your power, right? When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. They gonna want to do that. You see, because the scripture tell you that if they don't want to come up on the high holy days, if they ain't gonna get no rain, you see. So obviously they gonna have to understand. They're gonna have to understand that we are in control of that through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You see?
That's right.
You got it.
Time. Continuing on, verse 7. All the flocks, there's that word flocks again, all the flocks of Kedar shall be gathered together unto thee. The rams of Nabaioth shall minister unto thee. Now it's going into cattle. It's going into the tangible substances, right? They shall come up with acceptance on mine altar, and I will glorify the house of my glory. Who are these that fly as a cloud and as the doves to their windows? Right? Surely the isle shall wait for me, going into the nation or the coastlands, and the ships of Tarshish first, to bring thy sons from far, their silver and their gold with them, unto the name of Yahweh thy power, and to the Holy One of Israel, because he hath glorified thee.
That's what I'm saying, man. So that's the kingdom. That's the kingdom, man. You see, the reverence that we have for Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, the nations are gonna have for us.
Yep.
You see? And they gonna make it their duty. They gonna make it their duty to bring us these things, man. Why? Because in return, they gonna be showered in abundance. You see, they gonna be given a percentage of the abundance that they get through our righteousness.
Man,
you see,
bro, I got something for you whenever you're done.
Go ahead.
Psalm 72, verse 10 and 11. The kings of Tarshish, and now this is a psalm for Solomon, which is really going into Yahweh Shai, right? The kings of Tarshish and of the isles shall bring presents. The kings of Sheba and Seba shall offer gifts. Yea, all kings shall fall down before him. All nations shall serve him.
All nations.
All people.
You see? That's including the nation of Israel along with the rest of the nations that the Lord created, man. Bro, the Lord's will is for Israel to rule all the people. You know what I'm saying? And the scriptures say that when a king is ruling in righteousness, the people follow the lead.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna go from the way that we struggle in the flesh. That's how the other nations are gonna struggle in the flesh. But they gonna want to be made perfect. They gonna want to be made right. You see?
Mm-hmm.
And we still gonna have to judge and all these different. That's what I'm saying, bro. Come on, man.
Bro.
Come on. That is not the case right now in this captivity, in this rulership that we living in right now. Everybody's mourning. Everybody's sad. Everybody's sick. Everybody's pissed off. You know, it's an unrighteous. This is an unrighteous kingdom. You got it.
Yep. Isaiah 60 verse 10. And the sons of strangers, which are foreigners, shall build up thy walls, and their king shall minister unto thee. We just read that in Psalm 72. Mm-hmm. It also lines up with Isaiah 14. It says what? Isaiah 14. That it says, we shall possess them for servants and handmaids, right? It says, they're going to build up our walls, and their king shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor have I had mercy on thee. Man, bro. So like, man, look, in my wrath I chastised you, I put you in slavery. But in my favor, the mercy that the Lord is going to show unto us in his favor is going to far surpass the chastening that he put on us, man.
That's right.
It's gonna pale in comparison, right? Therefore, thy gates shall be open continually; they shall not be shut day nor night. That men may bring unto thee the forces, right? The forces is the wealth of the Gentiles, and that their kings may be brought. You see, for the nation and kingdom that when I serve thee shall perish. Going into what you just said, they're not gonna get no rain, and you know what I'm saying. We're gonna put hell on them. It says, we read that again. For the nation and kingdom that when I serve thee shall perish. Yea, those nations shall be utterly wasted. Man, bro, that lines up with
that's what I'm saying.
14.
So if it is a nation that need to be utterly wasted in order for everything to run like a smooth ship, then that's what's gonna happen. That's called judgment, right? Purging out the rebels, you know what I'm saying? Cleaning up the making the heathen clean up the mess that they made. All of that is in there. I will say, because Revelation 24, it talks about those righteous souls ruling with Yahweh for 1,000 years. You see?
Yep.
That's what's gonna correct everything. That's what's gonna correct the whole creation, man. You see? You got it.
Verse 13, the glory of Lebanon shall come unto thee, the fir tree, the pine tree, and the box together. And that word box goes into the box tree. It says to beautify the place of my sanctuary. And Lebanon is known for its trees, man, its wood. It says that and I will make the place of my feet glorious.
That's what I'm saying. That's the earth, man. The Lord say the earth is his footstool, man.
That's right. That's
he
right.
gonna make the place. He gonna make the place for his feet glorious, man. He gonna make. I will say he gonna make the earth holy ground, sacred ground. You take your shoes off, type of deal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's gonna be beautiful, man. You know. It's gonna
the Lord. I will say the Lord can't put his foot on the earth right now. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is he's too magnificent for this filth. You know. Yep. Space trash, hole in the ozone, all that. The Lord ain't finna rest his foot on her. It got to be cleansed first. You got it.
Yep. Verse 14. The sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee. Slavery. Let's read that again. The sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee. They're gonna bow down. These different nations are gonna bow down to it, starting with the nation of Edom. Okay, and all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet. Who are all that despise us? Read Psalms 83. And they shall call thee the city of Yahweh, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel.
The monument, the memorial,
the memorial, yep. Hey, and in the city, the people make the place. So this is talking about the Israelites, man. It says, whereas thou hast been forsaken and hated, so that no man went through thee, I will make thee an eternal excellency, a joy of many generations.
That's what I'm saying, bro. So all those nations that hated us and despised us and all that, after we beat them into submission and all these different things, look at how they gonna look at us after that, bro. It said, whereas thou hast been forsaken and hated, so that no man went through thee, I will make thee an eternal excellency, a joy of many generations, man. A joy, right? That thou shalt also suck the milk of the Gentiles and shall suck the breast of the kings, meaning taking their riches. Those riches are going to be transferred. It says, and thou shalt know that I, the Lord Yahweh, am thy Savior and thy Redeemer, the mighty one of Jacob. You see, you gonna know, we gonna know, they gonna know, everybody gonna know in the oikoumene sense. The whole world gonna know, the trees gonna know, the earth gonna know,
right.
the water gonna know.
That's right.
It's gonna be well established. It's gonna be well established, man. And from that point on, man, I would say forever it's gonna be so fun. You know what I'm saying? Hate to quote a demon like CeeLo, but that was a dope line. Forever is gonna be so fun. You got it, bro.
Bro, like what the elders going into is correct. Everybody gonna know whenever the Lord sanctifies his people, man. It ain't gonna be no mystery to the world. It's gonna be made evident that these are the chosen people of Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, man. Okay. We almost done. Let's see, about like 4 more verses.
I'm finna hit this comment board right quick.
Yep, you got it.
All right, so GMS feed the flock. It's Deuteronomy 4:6. It says, "Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations. We shall hear all these statutes and say, for what nation is there so great, and who for Salaki? It says, for what nation is there so great, who hath the Most High so nigh unto them, as the Lord our power is in all things that we called upon him for." You see, like, bro, hold up, let me get. There we go. Verse 8, it says, "And what nation is there so great that has statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law, which I set before thee this day?" All right. Yeah, man. So, bro, the Lord set it up. The Lord set it up for us to show the other nations how to please him. But we had to learn it first. You see?
Yep.
You got to go ahead.
Isaiah 60:17, it says, "For brass I will bring gold." Okay, so it says, like, when it says "for" there, it means like instead of, right? So literally saying, like, instead of brass, I will bring gold, and or instead of iron, I will bring silver. Because what do you don't have no silver? Oh yeah, you have silverware. It ain't silver. You eat on some iron forks and some iron spoons, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It says for iron, I will bring silver, and or instead, right? And for wood, brass, right? And for stones, iron. I will also make thy officers peace, and thine exactors righteousness, right? And our exactors are the like magistrates. You see, like our advisors are our officials.
That's what I'm saying. Peace and righteousness is gonna govern us, man.
Mm-hmm.
You see that? In the kingdom of heaven, peace and righteousness is gonna be our covering, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna trickle down to the rest of the world. Go ahead.
Yep. Makes me think of Isaiah 24. It says, pretty much the earth languisheth underneath the rulers thereof. The earth's not gonna languish whenever the righteous are in authority, man. You know, the birds, you're gonna have the birds and the bees and the fishes and, you know, the lightning bugs. Everything's gonna be literally in its perfect order, man. A roach is gonna be a roach. A rat's gonna be a rat. A duck gonna be a duck. The fish are gonna be fish. You know, the air is gonna be clean. The water is gonna be clean. The food that we eat is gonna be clean. Everything is gonna be pure, man. There's not gonna be nothing defiled in our kingdom, man. In our authority, right? It says, "Violence shall no more be heard in thy land," right? "Wasting nor destruction within thy borders," letting you know that those 1948ers over there aren't the true people. But thou shalt call thy walls salvation and thy gates praise.
Ooh.
Man, bro. So it's going to be looked at as, man, the quarters where the Israelites stay. Whew, it's going to, you don't know. The sun shall be no more thy light by day, neither for brightness shall the moon give light unto thee. But Yahweh shall be unto thee an everlasting light, and thy glory, and thy power, thy glory. Pretty much going into how our glory is going to surpass the glory of the Lord is going to surpass the sun and the moon.
Right. They still gonna be there though. Yeah.
It's still gonna be there.
They still gonna be there. So don't be thinking the sun and the moon ain't gonna be there in the kingdom.
Yeah, the Lord gonna blow the sun and the moon up. No, what that means is just as you look at the sun and that's a glorious power in the sky, and that moon is glorious, the glory of the Lord is gonna surpass that. You see?
Yep. I would say just like Moses, like that Moses that wisdom on Moses made him to shine. The whole nation is gonna be like that. You see? That's what I'm saying. So I would say the sun and the moon is still gonna be there, but we gonna be, you know what I'm saying? The people gonna see us. You know what I'm saying? People ain't gonna be worshiping the sun and the moon no more. They're gonna be worshiping Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? And his people, you know, you got it.
It's like the scripture says in Micah 7, it says, surely God is in thee. They're gonna cover their mouth and they're gonna be confounded, like surely the Most High is in you. When it's evident that the Lord chooses Jerusalem, the Lord will yet choose Israel, right?
That's right.
Verse 20, we just read that actually. Actually, no, verse 20. Thy sun shall no more go down, neither shall thy moon withdraw itself. For Yahweh shall be thine everlasting light, and the days of thy mourning shall be ended. Thy people also shall be all righteous. So all Israel is going to be made right. This lines up with Romans 11. You see, all of our people are going to be righteous in the kingdom because what? They're going to come back through the loins of the elect. 2/3 will come back. We read that in Psalm 112. The elder mentioned it. They shall inherit the land forever, the branch of my planting, the work of my hands, that I may be glorified. All this is going to be to the glorification of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai at the end of the day. A little one shall become 1,000, and a small one a strong nation. I, Yahweh, will hasten it in his time. And the Lord is making that, and the Lord is hastening it in his time right now, man. He's making it come to pass, man. That prophecy that Abraham seen, where it says, I will make thy descendants as the sands of the sea and as the stars of heaven, that's really going to be manifested in the kingdom. That's he enlarges the tents of Judah, when he's going to enlarge the earth, you know, where we're beautified and made glory, and we're made beautiful, man. That's really going to happen in the kingdom. Now, we are as the sands of the sea and the stars of heaven now, but it's going to be on a more magnificent scale and righteousness in the kingdom, man. You know, so that's all I got. You know what I mean? I just wanted to go into that, you know, the riches of what the kingdom is going to hold. Of course, Elder, if you have anything, you know.
Did you read the last verse? I will. I'll read it again if you didn't. If you did. This is Isaiah 60:22. It says, a little one shall become 1,000, and a small one a strong nation. I, the Lord, will hasten it in this time. You see? So he gonna hey, that's what he want, man. That's what I'm saying. So when it talks about a little one becoming 1,000, you know, and the increase of the nation of Israel, that's why it's multiple wives and all these different things, man. Like we said, it's not gonna be no Luke video, freak, nasty, gross Babylon type of deal. No, get that out your mind, man. It's not gonna be like that. All right. It is not going to be like that. I think okay, they knocked the brother off, but it's all good. We was at the end of it anyway. You know what I'm saying? Okay, there we go. Yeah, there we go. We get to finish the proper way. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like I was saying, that last verse, right? It says, a little one shall become 1,000, and a small one a strong nation. I, the Lord, will hasten it in his time. That's not a Luke video. That's not a Luke video. It's going to be done in righteousness. It's going to be beautiful. Okay, and I can't explain to you how it's gonna look, but it's not gonna look like it's like you got to get those Babylonish thoughts out your head, man. The kingdom of heaven is not gonna be gross. You see what you got in your head, everybody gonna have hepatitis C and herpes and shit. Stop.
Right.
Stop. Get your gross ass out of here, man.
Right.
All right. So, hey, with that, you know what I'm saying? Lord willing, that was edifying. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure pumped up through the spirit. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, with that, we want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakahak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the Akim teaching about the Mayim. That's a sincerity and truth. Shalom.
Shalom.